Wait on one more and we'll get started. So we don't have a quorum yet.
Kevin, are you expecting any guests to speak this evening? Okay.
I am already. I'm expecting CPA Meyer.
Okay, I have him.
Yeah, besides Dave, right? Yeah, besides
okay.
Dave.
Randy, this is Kerry. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I gotcha, Kerry.
How are you this evening?
All right.
Randy, is Fred on? I see him on the attendees.
Oh, he just got here. Yep, just got in.
Got him. Okay.
I was looking to see who that other phone number was. The 511.
Gotcha. Yeah, sorry, I was just looking. All right, well, we'll get started since we do have a quorum now. So I'm gonna call this meeting to order. It's 6:05 p.m. We will start with the attendance roll call. Alderman Donahue's here. Alderman Klinker.
Here.
Alderman Bilotto. Fred. Come back to Fred. Alderman Alexander.
This is Bilotto. I'm here.
All right, Fred's here. Alderman Alexander's absent. And Alderman Johnson. Alderman Johnson absent. All right, we have a quorum. Next up, we will do approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from our 11/9/2020 meeting?
Bilotto makes a motion.
Sorry. Siri. Was there a second?
Klinker.
Klinker, all right. We have to do a roll call for approval. Alderman Downey's an aye. Alderman Bilotto.
Aye.
And Alderman Klinker.
Aye.
All right, 3 ayes, motion's carried. I received one public comment, just a quick second so I could pull it up. Public comments from Carol DePace Green. Public comment says, follow-up request, Blue Island water consumers still need Finance Committee Chair Kevin Donahue. Work on rollback of the 20% water rate increase. Blue Island Finance Committee aldermen have repeatedly been asked to address the 20% water rate increase, and no action has been taken thus far. The water fund has nearly $2 million, enough money so that the city of Blue Island did not have to take out a 2020 tax anticipation warrant. Blighted, food insecure, poor and working Blue Island families should have a voice in Blue Island elected officials advocating for us. We do not need to continue to observe rubber stamping and the status quo maintained. The rollback 20% water rate increase issue needs to be addressed in Blue Island's Finance Committee and voted on by the full City Council without any further delay for the benefit of all Blue Island water consumers. Blue Island Aldermen and the Blue Island City Council need to be fair Blue Island water consumers. Sorry. Blue Island City Council need to be fair to Blue Island water consumers. All right. Thank you, Ms. Green. Next, we have the Wormer-Rogers-Dorn resolution. I believe we passed this a while ago in finance and then in city council recently, but it was brought back. Are there any questions regarding this?
Yeah, did we pass it, Kevin? I don't remember passing it in finance. They brought it up, whatever the last council meeting was on the agenda, the one that you weren't at. I was going over what we did in finance, and that's why they put it on hold, because I wasn't sure that we approved it.
Yeah, so I thought we approved this back like late spring last year, I thought, in April sometime. Topeka, do you recall?
Yes, Alderman Donahue, we approved it back in May. I was looking at the minutes. I can't recall the exact meeting, but it was the meeting minutes from May, from a May committee meeting.
Okay, then my mistake. We should have approved it at the last council meeting, so I didn't realize that.
No problem. Just since we have it here, we'll just approve it again. Just double cross our T's and dot our I's. Is there a motion to approve?
Yeah, I'll make the motion, Klinker.
Is there a second?
Just to clarify, because I'm on my phone here and juggling a few things. This is the one that just expires this December, right?
Correct. This is for the 2020 fiscal year.
Okay, yeah, I'll second.
All right, Alderman Bilotto, we will have to do a roll call vote. Alderman Donahue's an aye. Alderman Klinker.
Aye.
And Alderman Bilotto.
Aye.
All right, 3 ayes, motion's carried. Next, we have payroll for the week ending November the 13th, 2020. It's in the amount of $376,980.85. Is there a motion to approve the payroll?
Klinker.
Klinker, thank you. Is there a second? Bilotto, thank you. We'll have to do a roll call vote. Alderman Donahue's an aye. Alderman Klinker.
Aye.
And Alderman Bilotto.
Aye.
All right, 3 ayes, motion's carried. Moving right along, we have the accounts payable. It's in the amount of $341,127.03. Excuse me. Are there any questions about the accounts payable?
Yeah, I had one. There was something about a fence for the city hall or something. I think we talked about it before. I wanted to know more about it. I'm scrolling through trying to find it.
Sure, it was a reimbursement to Marisol, and Topeka sent an email. It had to do, Topeka, what it had to do, she bought a gate for City Hall, a chain link fence gate.
Yeah, they made a repair to the gate here at City Hall, and a portion of the materials was covered through some rebates that they had, and so she had to pay for another portion of it out of pocket.
Okay. I was just having a hard time visualizing where there's a gate, but okay.
But there,
do you know where's the? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, that one was not in this AP. If I'm not mistaken, that one was in the last check run.
The only other one that I have then is, hang on.
Sure.
I think it's the engineering firm. Yeah, there's a lot of them that we have here that don't tell us what they're for. I know that I've asked that in the past. I mean, I'm looking, there's $102.20. Doesn't give a description. There's another one for, and there's, if you go down, there's a bunch of them. I'm trying to do this on my phone and I apologize, but you see those, Kevin? $87.30, $305.55, $2,938. Yeah, I mean, we at least need some type of description on what they are. I don't know if we didn't get those or if we're just not getting them on the list, if they're just not showing up, but kind of have a hard
So,
time
yeah,
doing things that we don't know what they're
yeah.
for.
Okay, so how that works actually is when we have an invoice and the invoice is split between multiple funds, the leading description that's at the top is the one that describes all three of them. So, for example, if you look at voucher number 130732, you'll notice that there are 3 entries for that one. The leading entry is the one that describes what it's for, and then there are going to be 2 additional ones where there's no description. It's because that description applies to those 2.
Beautiful. Thank you for the explanation. Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
that kind of makes sense because it's listed on, I see, because it's like 130742 has 2, but one's listed, one's not, so.
Okay,
Great, thank you for explaining that.
That's
Okay,
it for
any
me,
other
then.
questions?
That's it for me, Kevin.
All right, is there a motion to approve?
Bilotto, make a motion.
Klinker will second.
Klinker second, great. We have to do a roll call vote. Alderman Donahue's an aye, Alderman Klinker,
Aye.
and Alderman Bilotto.
Aye.
All right, 3 ayes, motion's carried. Moving along, we have the draft 2020 tax levy ordinance. I know we have Topeka and we have Mr. Dave Meyer, who's helped us in the past preparing these. So Topeka or Dave, if you wanted to explain what you have presented to us, the floor is yours.
Okay, this is Dave Meyer, and the ordinance is very similar to last year. The process is pretty mechanical, and what we've done is take each tax levy and we take the final extension from the county from the prior year, and we've added 5% to that amount. And that incorporates both the city and the library. And so basically as long as you stay, and then we subtract $1. So as long as we're under 5% or 5% or under, we don't have to go through the truth and taxation process. And these are the numbers that we've come up with. Now, the one number, if you look at page 30 of 33, that's kind of where the recap is. And I don't know if you have a hard copy or a copy of the PDF, but you can see all the different tax levies there. And there are a couple here that aren't capped, if you will. And so the ones that do not fall under the cap are the bond and interest tax levy, which is the second one listed there, as well as the one that's about. Is everyone following me? I'm on page 30 of 33.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay, so the one in the second line there, the total for bond and interest tax, that one's actually going to get calculated by the county. This is our estimation of what that amount's going to be. That amount may change by a few dollars depending on how the county does the final calculation. And then also the one that's about the sixth line down, it's the fire pension fund tax non-capped, the special purpose extension. And that one's based on 5% of the number that's just above it, the fire pension fund regular tax.
Gotcha.
So those are basically line 2 and line 6 are part of the non-capped levy. Everything else is subject to the property tax cap, and that's that percentage for this current levy is you're subject to the increase in the CPI, which was 2.3%, or 5%. So whichever one is less, that's what you go with. So for this year, it's 2.3%. That's what the county can increase us by. So we're asking for 5%. We're probably going to get maybe a 3% increase, which will be the 2.3% plus any new property that hits the tax roll. So, and again, the county considers the city and the library as one unit combined. So that's why the library's numbers are in here. So the library increased theirs by 5%, we increased ours by 5%, and this is where the numbers fell.
Got it. All right. Are there any questions for members of the committee?
I'm good. Levies are usually cut and dry anyway with the property tax cap, so I'm fine with it.
I'm good too.
All right. All right. Great. Is there a motion to approve as presented?
I'll make a motion, Bilotto.
Klinker will second.
Second?
Klinker.
With the second. Great. Got it. Thank you. Roll call vote for approval. Alderman Donahue's an aye. Alderman Klinker
Aye.
and Alderman Bilotto.
Aye.
All right, we have 3 ayes. Motion's carried. Thank you, Dave and Topeka, for preparing that and presenting it to us.
Alrighty, yeah. Do you need me for anything else the rest of the way? I that was the only reason I joined.
Nope, I think we're good, unless Topeka, you see a reason for Dave to stick around.
No, thank you, Dave, for your help.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday. We'll talk to you soon.
You
Happy
too.
holidays.
Yeah, bye. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
All right, great. So moving right along, next we have a contract with Reliable Fire and Safety. This is for fire extinguishers throughout the city. Are there any questions regarding this item? Topeka, did you want to go through it?
Yes.
It looks like we got a couple quotes.
Yeah, so if I may state, so the reason why we brought Reliable to the committee is because we used to have a contract with Atlas Fire. And earlier in the year, I want to say it was around April, the department has expressed concern with the way things were being handled. I just want to tread very lightly. They expressed a lot of concern with the way things are being handled from that company. And so it was kind of like a unanimous decision between like the leadership here that we didn't want to move forward with them as far as inspecting our fire extinguishers. So we went around looking for a company that had a great price and that was able to come in and do the inspections before our fire extinguisher certificate expires. So Reliable Fire was a good company to go with because their total cost for inspection came in at around $1,100 cheaper than what Atlas Fire charged us last year. And what they laid out in their quote as far as the services that they were going to be providing to us was very attractive to us as the city. So we wanted to present it to the Finance Committee and ask you guys to kind of go ahead and allow us to go ahead and move forward with this company because our fire extinguishers are going to be up for renewal soon. So we want to definitely memorialize the company and then have them on contract for a while and just kind of monitor their behavior as far as like billing and how responsive they are, if we have questions and things like that. And then if something happens with that company, then we can revisit it again if that time presents itself.
Okay. Can you, with Reliable, I see, what's the total cost? I see the $30. The grand total for all of the different facilities was $1,854.75. That was $1,857.45? No, $1,854.75. Gotcha. I got some things that are confused. All right. And you said that's about $1,100 cheaper than what the past service was providing? Yes, it is. Yeah. Because one of those attachments that I sent to the committee members actually shows what we paid to Atlas Fire last year as a whole for 2019. Sure. Okay. Did this go to Public Health and Safety before? I don't know, Alderman Klinker, if you wanted this to go to your committee before it's approved by City Council, but
I'm good with Finance doing it. I mean, it doesn't really need to go to Public Health and Safety. It's a pretty cut and dry thing what they do as far as inspections. The only question I have is some of that Atlas bill, Topeka, is that replacement? I trying to look at it on my phone here. Is that just inspections, or did they actually replace extinguishers last year? Because that sometimes increases the price.
So, Alderman Klinker, I'm not sure. I would have to actually look at the invoices to see what each one was for. because when I was looking at the breakdown of the printout, it was various costs. So some of them could be replacements, because I did see some expenses on that sheet that were $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of
And
it
then I
might be
did
just,
see some, yeah, and then I did see some costs that were like $10. So it could be inspection and then equipment replacing as well.
right, yeah, okay. Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Alderman Bilotto, do you have any questions? Did we lose Fred? Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's not here.
Yeah, we'll give him a second to see if he's coming back, since we currently don't have a quorum right now. All right, we'll just take a couple minute hiatus here to see if we get Fred back. The call must have dropped. Is he back? Looks like he's back, Randy. No?
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Fred, we got you back?
Yeah, drop call.
Yeah, no problem. Did you basically, I don't know where we lost you, but
Right before we
Contract.
approved the fire extinguisher thing. Just lost me, I think.
do you have any questions about the fire extinguishers?
No, I do not.
All right, great. Is there a motion to approve the contract with Reliable?
I'll make the motion.
Excellent. Is there a second?
Second, Klinker.
Great, thank you. We'll be doing a roll call vote. Alderman Donahue's an aye, Alderman Klinker,
Aye.
and Alderman Bilotto.
Aye.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Next, our final item before us, it's for weekly cleaning services at City Hall. Looking at the packet here, it looks like we had a couple different quotes. I don't know, Topeka, if you wanted to go over that and why we went with,
Yes.
with the company
Yes.
that you're recommending.
Yeah, so earlier in the year, we had Blue Cap Services, who was actually providing the cleaning services to City Hall weekly. But since the pandemic hit, we haven't been able to get them out here because they're considered a vulnerable population. And so therefore, City Hall hasn't really been cleaned except for, I believe, the clerk's office has been deep cleaned. And then like our precincts, the police and I think fire as well have been deep cleaned. But on a consistent basis, City Hall has not been cleaned, and we're actually required to maintain a clean workplace according to OSHA standards and compliance. So we went out and we did kind of like our own RFP, and we got quotes from 3 different companies telling us how much the services would cost, and we had them give us recommendations. We had a list of qualifications that we wanted everyone to adhere to. And Madrid was the company that was most professional. They were the most affordable, and they were the most accommodating to what our expectations were. So the breakdown of them is for Madrid is $250 a week, which totals to $1,250 monthly, which is $15,000 annually. And for Blue Cap, we appropriated, I believe it's $22,000 for them as a whole, and we only spent like $4,000 of that year to date. So, there's a savings that we banked for this year by not having them here, but we have to keep our workplace clean. So that's who I'm recommending because of my experiences with them and looking at the materials that they supplied and them being able to come out and get the work started sooner than later.
Great. I just have one question. We kind of when things are, when the pandemic's over, whenever that's going to be, we plan to go back to use Blue Cap, correct?
Okay. You know what?
I just want to make sure because I think that's a valuable service that we're able to provide for those participants in that program. So I don't want us to make it seem that we're getting away from it permanently, where they did nothing wrong and they did a very good job. So hopefully when things are back to normal and we're able to have them participate again, we would consider using the blue cap employees again instead of this contract.
I think that's a fair recommendation, Alderman Donahue. I think that's fair.
Great. So that's my only concern or comment. Are there any other questions?
Alderman Donahue, I agree 100%.
Great. There's nothing else. Is there a motion to approve this contract with Madrid?
Bilotto makes a motion.
Is there a second?
Klinker.
Excellent. All right. We had a motion and a second. We'll be doing a roll call vote. Alderman Donahue is an aye. Alderman Bilotto
Aye.
and Alderman Klinker.
Aye.
All right. Great. Thank you to Pika for bringing that forward. Any aldermanic comments or concerns?
I'm good.
All right. Seeing none, we need a motion to adjourn.
Klinker will make the motion.
Bilotto seconds.
Out of seconds. Great. We had a motion. We had a second for adjournment. We'll be doing a roll call vote. Alderman Donahue's an aye. Alderman Klinker
Aye.
and Alderman Bilotto.
Aye.
Great. Excellent. We are done at 6:29 p.m. Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving if we don't see you tomorrow at City Council. Good night. Bye.